Hey Nakama, this is Gomu Gomu. It's me. My name is Alden or Alden, and today we're going to be talking about the news of the live action One Piece getting picked up for a season 2 and what you can expect. Let's get into this. Okay, so I think with the success and the popularity of the first season, we should get 10 episodes so that way you can expand on certain ideas and characters. But if we're just going to go off the format of the 8 episodes, I'm going to try and break this down of what I think they're going to do in terms of what each episode will kind of consist of. Now, looking back at it, I knew that Arlong was going to be the ending of the first season, and Luffy and Zoro and all that meeting. I just didn't know obviously how they were going to go about it, and I still don't know how they're going to go about it in the sense of how they're going to take their diversions and everything. But I'm just giving a breakdown of what I think each episode could have entailed. So I'm just gonna do off the 8 episodes, and now if they come back and say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do 10 episodes this season," they'll come back with a second episode and say what I feel is gonna happen. Now, I have two kind of theories because there's a lot that happens between um, the ending of the first live action into what I think the second season's ending could be. Now, could it end with them getting to Arabasta, or is it them leaving, like finishing that? So right now I'm gonna go off the synopsis of their finishing. Like Alabasta is gonna be. I always see two different whatever. I'm just gonna call it Alabasta, but um, this synopsis is basically gonna be them finishing up at Alabasta and leaving. So that's what these 8 episodes are gonna consist of. So in the first episode, I think we're gonna get to Logtown with Buggy hot on their tail, trying to catch Luffy, and I think we're gonna get the iconic, I'm dead scene. I could definitely see, Inaki Godoy doing that. I think that would be, a funny bit. We'd also get to see the shadow that is Dragon, and then you also get Smoker. I mean, Smoker they showed literally at the end of the season, so I know we're gonna get him. I just don't know how, because Smoker's also in Alabasta where you get to see a little bit more of him. So I just don't know how they're gonna put all this together, right? So I think we're gonna get the Smoker chase, the buggy thing. I think we're gonna get Dragon, talking with Smoker. So, you know, that's how I think the first episode is gonna be, because that's a lot of things jam packed in. Because you gotta think at the end of the first season, like after they all say their dreams, they all are on the way to wherever, like Nami didn't end up saying, but that's where I think they're gonna go. Now, for the second episode, after that, you got to go to Reverse Mountain with Laboon and everything that entails. But I think they can spend a little less time on Laboon and the Reverse Mountain aspect. Now, do I think they'll have like some crazy CGI effects with the ship getting, whatever? But you can kind of size that down in a sense, right? So I think you can shorten that episode and also mix in the Whiskey Peak people and the Baroque Works, which obviously we got a taste of in the beginning of the first season. So I think episode 2 will kind of be those two things coming together. So I think it'll be kind of nostalgic to see Laboon if we get to see him. I don't know if they're gonna go as far to do the Jolly Roger on Laboon. I would love to see it, but I just don't know if they would do that. Um, and yeah, just the Baroque Works people showing up, or them getting to Whiskey Peak and meeting the Baroque Works people. So I think that episode will kind of leave on a cliffhanger. Like at the end of the episode, it'll be a cliffhanger. Now for the third episode, I don't know if we're gonna get Little Garden, because at Little Garden you get all kinds of stuff. You get Mr. 3, you get the Zoro stance thing, which is hilarious to me. I would love to see that, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But I don't think we're gonna get Little Garden, even though it's very it's very fundamental for the story for me personally, because you get the giants and everything that goes into it. But for only in an 8 episode synopsis, I think we're just gonna get more of Whiskey Peak and heading to Drum Island with Nami getting sick. Now, okay, so for the 4th and 5th episodes rather, we will be getting Chopper, his introduction, his whole story with Luffy beating Walpole and Chopper joining the crew. Now, there's a lot that happens on Drum Island. We got Chopper's backstory, which, as with evidence from the previous live action season, we saw that they like to take kind of like a not a full episode, but a good chunk of the episode, introducing, showing the backstory and everything. So I think one of the episodes will be dedicated more so to that. And the other episode will be Luffy beating Walpole and, Chopper joining the crew, the cherry blossoms, in the snow and everything. I think these two episodes will seem like they're like kind of forced and everything's pushed together, but it'll be done well because the way they're going to go about, they're not going to go obviously like they did in the first season, but panel for panel or in the anime, episode for episode. I think it'll be a roundabout way of getting to the ending, but still having a lot of information and stuff with it. So I think for the 6th episode, the crew will be setting sail to Alabasta, and with the way the live action has been introducing characters, don't be surprised if we meet Ace during this time frame. Now I know how all that stuff goes down, but I could definitely imagine seeing Ace during this, 6th episode, him saying, "Oh, I've already been to Alabasta," or something like that, saying, "I seen what it's looking like, and Luffy, it's bad out there, so be careful," and stuff like that. So I think I think episode 6 will definitely be them introducing us to the idea of Alabasta, what's going on there, like in depth, and Ace. So don't be surprised if you see Ace. I know the two big people we're worried about is Chopper and Smoker, but I honestly think we could be getting Ace as well. But don't quote me. Obviously, this is all speculation. They haven't really once they release the episode names, because obviously that's way into the future. But once they release the episode names, we'll be able to tell what time period they're going to. Because I think if you sit here and look at the way I'm breaking these down, yes, it's a lot of information. Yes, it's a lot of One Piece, but I think done with the way they've done the way they did the first season, with the roundabout ways they went about introducing, taking away, and stuff like that, I definitely think we can get from Logtown to Alabasta, the end of Alabasta, in the same 8 episodes. That's just me. I'm very optimistic. I love the way it was written, but we'll see. Now, 7 and 8. The episodes of 7 and 8 will definitely be Crocodile Robin, the conclusion of Alabasta, everything that happened, and the crew at the end obviously is going to be on the way to Skypiea. Now, for 7 and 8, I definitely think Robin and Crocodile will kind of they'll have both of their stories in the same episode, in the sense of why Crocodile's there, why him being the leader of Baroque Works, and just all those things put together. I don't think we're gonna get Robin's backstory, because obviously, there's a lot to go into that. I just think we'll get to the point where she's introduced. We're gonna see some of her powers, which I think is gonna look cool as hell, and just everything that goes along with that. I don't know if we're gonna get the fights between Luffy and Crocodile, to the point where Luffy loses an arm because he lost all the water in him, but then he drinks water in his back. I don't think we'll get that far, but like some of those scenes. But I definitely think we'll get Crocodile being beaten by Luffy, and just all the other things that are in the One Piece anime. Now, the ending of the season will definitely look like them on their way to Skypiea, but it's not. I just don't know if they're going to introduce Blackbeard in season 3 the way, he's introduced in the anime, like with them, going back and forth and stuff. So I don't know if they're going to go straight to Skypiea, because you got to think, in all those islands, I always forget the islands or whatever. You understand. But in the islands before that, we get Bellamy, we get Doflamingo, we get obviously Blackbeard, and other characters along the way that, we would love to see in the live action. But Blackbeard is like the main antagonist in the anime, in the sense that we know he's basically the end game. So them introducing him now, and he's not really going to have that major of a role, would be kind of like, it'd be putting all your eggs in one basket, because you got to think, when's the next time we really get a Blackbeard face-off? The Paramount War, the greatest war ever, whatever they like to, spin it as. So I just don't know if we'll get some of those characteristics. But for season 2, I think that will be a great 8 episodes. I definitely think Chopper, I don't know how they'll do Chopper, just because of, CGI, or if they're going to, whatever. I hope he looks good, because I've seen a couple, like Pikachu and Sonic. They haven't really looked the greatest. So let's hope that Oda will approve of a good looking Chopper. But other than that, man, I think season 2 will give people enough to where they're gonna want a season 3 and a season 4. Because I've read, and this is just out there, that some Netflix execs were saying that this live action could get at least 6 seasons. Now I've heard other places say that Oda and the studios, they want to do up to 12 seasons. So I just don't know how that's gonna work with the actors and actresses and everybody getting older. So I just don't know how, like, they would have to literally shoot 2 seasons a year. But yeah, I definitely think season 2 will be just as good, if not better than season 1, just because of it's turning more into, we got warring, we got a civil war in a country, we got conspiracies, we got this, we got that. So I think it'll be a whole lot better. The budget will be very in your face with how big the sets are going to be. So for the 8 episodes I just laid out, I think that would be a great way for them to keep the live action going. But yeah, if you have any thoughts and questions, or you have your own theories about it, let me know in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, I can't wait to get season 2. I'm refreshing my pages and everything every day, trying to look for new news about it. Who have they cast? Who are they bringing? Who are they bringing back? Who have they let go? Like, just shit like that. So yeah, I just want to let you know, be safe and well in your travels, and just know I will be the king of YouTube. Peace.